What's up, guys? Welcome back. Thanks for watching. It is over 100 degrees out here today, but we're filming a video anyway because today we have another firearm that I would put in the hand cannon category. The 460 Smith & Wesson revolver, and what a beauty this thing is. It is the Taurus Raging Hunter with a 5-inch barrel, also has a ported barrel, which should help mitigate recoil a little bit, plus it just makes the gun look awesome. And from what I hear, the 460 is one of the few revolvers that rival the 500 Magnum. So I'm excited to try it. You get this little adrenaline flow every time you get a new wrist breaker, which is good. I love the feeling. So this should be fun. Let's do it. And here's the cartridge. It is a 325 grain 460 bear load, and it is a big one. First shot, we will aim for the orange steel target and see if we can actually hit it. A lot of people say these have similar recoil to a 500 Magnum, and some even say it's worse than the 500, but I don't think those people have shot the big 500 Magnums because it can't be worse than that. First shot, boys, here we go. Woo! That is absolutely awesome. Same ballpark as the 500 Magnum, not as much recoil, which is a good thing, just to clarify. I feel like I could shoot this all day long. We'll see if my opinion changes on that by the end of the video. I'm sure I flinched a little bit, but that one went really far to the left. So I adjusted the sight a little bit, and we're gonna shoot one more. This thing is a beast. So the reason I was so excited to try the 460 Smith & Wesson is because, well, number one, I've been getting requests to do it for years, but mainly is because this is one of the very few handgun calibers that actually rivals the 500 Magnum. And now that I've shot it, it's also quite a bit more pleasant to shoot. It pulls right up to that line of having a ton of recoil, but doesn't cross it like the 500 Magnum does with certain ammo. With most ammo, let's be honest. Again, this is the Taurus Raging Hunter with a 5-inch barrel, also has a ported barrel, and the front end on this thing is absolutely beautiful. Heavy gun, over 3 pounds, and the MSRP on this is $1,069. But you could probably find it for under $1,000. Rubber grip, 5-round cylinder. Capacity's always a downside to revolvers, but the good news is it's a 460, so you probably won't need many more shots than that. You can shoot it in double or single action. I usually shoot these big calibers in single action only so I don't flinch too bad and throw the shot completely, but that's about it. I am definitely a fan of this thing. You guys know I love my 500 Magnums, but I gotta say, I like shooting the 460 quite a bit more. And I'll go ahead and show you guys these two calibers side by side. So this is the 460 and this is a 500 Magnum. And the shell casing on the 460 is actually slightly longer. Of course, the bullet diameter is bigger on the 500 Magnum, and then this is where the 500 really kind of pulls away. So that's a 700 grain T-Rex, and you can see the size difference between those two. Overall length is longer, and again, it's a much fatter bullet. So as far as I know, there is no equivalent to the 700 grain T-Rex in 460 Smith & Wesson. However, when you look at the ballistics charts is when it kind of gets interesting because these two calibers are very similar. Of course, there's different bullets, different weights, different brands and stuff like that. But generally speaking, a 300 grain 460 is going 2,060 feet per second and produces 2,826 foot-pounds of energy. A 300 grain 500 Magnum is going 2,075 feet per second and produces 2,868 foot-pounds of energy. So slightly more velocity and energy from the 500 Magnum, but those two bullets would give you about the exact same result. And that's why I've come to the conclusion that for most people, the 460 Smith & Wesson would be a better choice than the 500 Magnum. You're getting basically the exact same ballistics, it's equally as effective, with noticeably less recoil. Now don't get me wrong, the 460 is not a caliber for inexperienced shooters or the gun you want to hand your girlfriend who's never shot before. But if you're looking for a hand cannon and working your way up through these big revolvers, I would say go with the 460 before the 500 Magnum. You'll get basically the same results and it's a lot more fun to shoot. All right, well, every time we get a new hand cannon, we have to shoot the 7-pound tub of chocolate pudding. It's gross, disgusting, and usually makes a giant mess. So let's try it with the 460. 325 grain bullet versus 7 pounds of chocolate pudding. Let's do it. Well, I'm sure you guys probably know the deal by now on the chocolate pudding. It gets all over everything. Luckily, we get a lot of rain out here, so it kind of cleans up the mess for me. But this is as extreme as any caliber we've shot. It's probably in a 30 or 40 foot radius around that bullet impact. And here is our pudding can. I also think this might be the first time I've ever seen the top or the bottom completely come off like that. It looks like this is the bottom because the top's still on, and it just totally separated that thing. And then here is our pudding can. There's the entrance hole, very impressive, and then that is the exit hole. It also looks like there is 0 pudding left inside that can, so it completely ejected all of it. Well, we only get out the pudding cans when we're shooting the big stuff, so they're all pretty dramatic, but the 460 might have just taken first place with that result, especially for handguns. Now, one more thing that I want to test with the 460 Smith & Wesson is body armor. So this is a level 3A body armor panel rated to stop handguns up to a 44 Magnum, but this is a very thick and very heavy duty level 3A. Not all body armor is created equal, and I have seen this exact panel stop a 500 Magnum several times. So it will stop guns it's not rated for, but I want to see if it can stop the 460. And behind the body armor, I have a ream of computer paper and a little cinder block so that it has something behind it when we shoot it, just like it would on your body. Once again, same bullet, 325 grain bear load, since it is the only one we've got. I think this is going about 1,900 feet per second, so it's definitely a hot one. Let's see if it stops. Well, it definitely did some damage to our computer paper, but based off how the body armor reacted, I think it might have stopped it. Well, it launched the body armor off the table almost all the way back to us. So let's go ahead and take a look. There is the entrance hole right there. Perfect little circle on the front. And then on the back, this is what we've got. And at first I couldn't tell, but it does look like it actually stopped that bullet. I do not see an exit hole, and it feels like it's in there. Plus, the way that it just yeeted the body armor off the table like that is a pretty good sign that it stopped it, because it's absorbing all of that energy rather than just zipping right through. Now, if we look at the computer paper, this is wild, because if it did stop that bullet, it still did a tremendous amount of damage in there. I don't know if you guys can really see, but it looks like it's going almost all the way through. I mean, we have damage that far back and the computer paper. What that shows you is even when body armor does stop bullets, it does not mean it's gonna protect your bones and internal organs. A bullet like the 460 Smith & Wesson, even if the body armor stops it, is still gonna break bones and do quite a bit of damage internally. But it did stop it, so that's a good thing. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish off this video with a ballistic dummy lab head. Probably one of, if not the best thing to test bullets like this. I love using these things, and as always, I have screwed the head into a 2x4 and then mounted that to the table so that it stays put and does not just fall over, just to keep things realistic. I really wish I had a hollow point for this test. Unfortunately, I don't, so we'll just go ahead and use the 325 grain bear load. I have a feeling this might just blow right through, but it is a bear load, so we know it's powerful. I was wrong. Well, my prediction was way off. It definitely did not just blow right through, and that might be one of the most impressive ballistic dummy head explosions I've ever seen. Right up there with the 500 Magnum. Well, usually we can look at these heads, see the entrance hole, how much damage the bullet did, etc. That's not the case with the 460 Smith & Wesson because it just obliterated this thing. The mouth is up where the forehead should be, and the rest of the head got completely exploded. So I have no idea where the entrance hole is. I assume somewhere in this general area, and then obviously the inside of the head, ballistic shell, skull, all that stuff is just thrown about all over the property. We have pieces of skull all the way back here, so. And I'm trying to think back to some other calibers that had comparable results to this. There's not many. The 500 Magnum is the only handgun that's even remotely close. There have been a couple rifles, maybe the 4570, some elephant guns and stuff like that. But the 460 Smith & Wesson is right up there with the most impressive ballistic dummy head explosions I've ever seen. Wow. All right, guys, it's actually 110 degrees out here now, so I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. I hope you all enjoyed the Taurus Raging Hunter 460 Smith & Wesson. I absolutely love this thing. I would put it right up there with the 500 Magnum. I can't think of a single scenario where I would feel undergunned with this and not with the 500. They're pretty much the exact same thing, but this has a little less recoil, which is a good thing. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, if you liked the video, please hit the like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.